Don't let your finances hold you back. Avoid these 6 common money traps in your 20s and 30s and pave the way to a brighter financial future. Hello, and welcome to today's video, where we will be discussing some of the most common money traps that people fall into during their 20s and 30s. As we all know, managing our finances is not an easy task, and it can be especially challenging during the early years of our adulthood. But by avoiding these traps, we can take control of our finances and set ourselves up for a better future. Number 1. Living beyond your means. Living beyond your means is one of the most common money traps that people fall into, especially during their 20s and 30s. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of your newfound independence and start spending money on things you don't need or can't afford. Living beyond your means can quickly lead to debt and financial stress. When you spend more money than you earn, you're effectively borrowing from your future income, which can leave you with little room for savings and investments. To avoid this trap, it's important to create a budget and track your expenses. Start by figuring out how much money you have coming in each month and how much you need to spend on necessities like rent, food, and transportation. Then, set limits for discretionary spending and stick to them. It's also important to prioritize your spending based on your values and goals. This means cutting back on unnecessary expenses and focusing on the things that are most important to you, whether that's travel, hobbies, or saving for a down payment on a house. By avoiding the trap of living beyond your means, you can take control of your finances and set yourself up for a better future. Number 2. Failing to save for emergencies. Another common trap is failing to save for emergencies. Life is unpredictable, and unexpected expenses can arise at any time. Without an emergency fund, you could find yourself in a financial crisis when you least expect it. Unfortunately, many people in their 20s and 30s fail to save for emergencies, leaving them vulnerable to financial hardship. To avoid this trap, it's important to prioritize building an emergency fund. This should be a separate account from your regular savings and should be easily accessible in case of an emergency. Aim to save at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses to cover unexpected costs like car repairs, medical bills, or a job loss. One way to make saving for emergencies easier is to automate your savings. Set up a direct deposit from your paycheck into your emergency fund so that you're consistently saving without even thinking about it. Another way to save for emergencies is to cut back on discretionary spending. This means avoiding unnecessary expenses and redirecting that money towards your emergency fund. For example, instead of eating out every week, try cooking at home and putting the money you save towards your emergency fund. Number 3. Neglecting retirement savings. Retirement may seem like a far-off goal when you're in your 20s or 30s, but neglecting to save for retirement can have serious consequences later in life. Many people in this age group prioritize immediate expenses over long-term savings, leaving them unprepared for retirement. To avoid this trap, it's important to start saving for retirement as early as possible. Even small contributions to a retirement account can add up over time thanks to the power of compound interest. Many employers offer retirement plans like 401ks, which allow you to contribute pre-tax dollars to your retirement savings. If your employer does not offer a retirement plan, consider opening an individual retirement account, an IRA or Roth IRA. These accounts allow you to save for retirement with tax benefits. It's also important to regularly review and adjust your retirement savings plan. As your income increases, try to increase your contributions to your retirement account. Additionally, as you approach retirement age, you may need to adjust your investment strategy to be more conservative. Number 4. Taking on too much debt. Debt can be a useful tool for achieving your goals, such as buying a home or paying for higher education. However, taking on too much debt can be a serious money trap that can have long-term consequences for your financial health. To avoid this trap, it's important to understand the difference between good debt and bad debt. Good debt is typically used to finance investments that have potential to increase in value, such as a home or education. Bad debt, on the other hand, is used to finance expenses that decrease in value over time, such as a new car or expensive vacation. It's also important to live within your means and avoid using debt to finance a lifestyle you can't afford. This means being realistic about what you can afford to borrow and making a plan to pay off debt as quickly as possible. One way to manage debt is to create a debt repayment plan. Start by prioritizing high-interest debt such as credit cards and paying it off as quickly as possible. Then, focus on paying off other debts such as student loans or car loans. Number 5. Overspending on housing. Housing is often the biggest expense in a person's budget, and overspending on housing can be a major money trap. Many people in their 20s and 30s prioritize living in trendy neighborhoods or having spacious apartments over saving money, leaving them with little room in their budgets for other expenses. To avoid this trap, it's important to be realistic about what you can afford when it comes to housing. A general rule of thumb is to spend no more than 30% of your income on housing expenses, including rent or mortgage payments, utilities, and maintenance. Consider alternatives to expensive housing, such as living with roommates or in a more affordable neighborhood. Remember that living in a less trendy area can save you money or rent or mortgage payments, which can free up money for other important expenses like retirement savings or an emergency fund. If you do decide to rent or buy a more expensive home, be sure to factor in all of the associated costs such as utilities, maintenance, and transportation expenses. This can help you avoid overspending and ensure that you're able to live comfortably within your means. Number 6. Not investing in yourself. Finally, one of the most important traps to avoid in your 20s and 30s is not investing in yourself. This means not pursuing education or training that can increase your earning potential or failing to take care of your physical and mental health, which can impact your ability to work and earn. To avoid this trap, it's important to recognize the value of investing in yourself. Education, such as earning a degree or attending workshops or seminars, can improve your skills and qualifications, making you more attractive to employers and potentially increasing your earning potential. Professional development opportunities such as networking events or certification programs can also help you advance your career and increase your earning potential. And starting a business, if done wisely, can be a great way to build wealth and achieve financial independence. While investing in yourself can require an upfront cost, it's important to think of it as a long-term investment in your future. By continuously improving your skills and knowledge, you can open up new opportunities and increase your earning potential over time. Remember that investing in yourself doesn't have to be expensive. Even small investments such as reading books or taking online courses can have a big impact on your personal and professional growth. By avoiding the trap of neglecting to invest in yourself, you can set yourself up for long-term financial success and achieving your goals. Well, that's it for today's video on 6 money traps to avoid in your 20s and 30s. Remember, managing your finances can be challenging, but by avoiding these common money traps, you can set yourself up for a better financial future. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to share them in the comment section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more valuable content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.